Hi, this is Valerie. So I have changed my um, name from Gimme Lip and More to Miss Mischief. Um, I've been on different platforms as Miss Mischief for a while, and it would just be easier to be Miss Mischief at this point all across than Miss Mischief in some places and Gimme Lip and More in some other places. And so I'm slowly changing everything over. And if I'm completely honest with me, I'm more mischievous than anything else. So yeah, I have not put out a video in 2 weeks. So I wanted to update everybody. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. So Yeti, y'all know him as Yeti. I asked him I wanted to lose another 50 pounds. So I was like, hey, I need some accountability. I think I may have said this before, I'm not sure. But anyway, he's helping me, so, that's good. And I've met some wonderful people along the way that are also interested, and right now all I'm doing is I haven't changed my eating habits. My eating habits aren't that bad. Just adding more exercise in the form of walking, just getting steps in. So it's nothing crazy, but it is working. My scrubs fit differently in a good way. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Then my tattoo artist and I had an appointment, and I was going to get my tattoo. So when I went to go get the tattoo last time, I could lay there and be completely still, but my muscles were twitching on the inside. So I went and talked to my physician and I got a muscle relaxer, but I'm very sensitive to those kind of medications. So I was like, hey, I need someone to drive me. And Yeti said, okay, I'll take care of you, while you get your tattoo. So we went, and we get there, and my tattoo artist has had an emergency. So I was so sad because I was mentally and physically prepared for new ink. I mean, I was ready. I'm like, oh my gosh, new ink. And then, no. But I've wanted I'm a neuro nurse, and but even before I became a neuro nurse, I wanted a zombie nurse. So I found a young man working at the shop, and I got a zombie neuro nurse with a brain, and it is healing. I did have issues with it though. I had an allergic reaction. So that's been fun. I mean, these past 2 weeks have been just crazy. So I wanted to go ahead and just tell you why. During this time, my youngest daughter went to Canada. And I got her back in one piece, which was very, very awesome. It's just been crazy. She had a great trip, and she's back home now. What else has happened? Oh, there's too many night shift nurses right now. So we're either being put on call or canceled, but there's not enough day shift nurses. So we still work 12 hours. So right now I volunteered for 6 weeks to work days. Even my smartwatch is confused. Not the last shift I worked, my smartwatch at 11 a.m. was telling me good night and to go to bed, because even my watch hasn't adjusted to me working days yet. This is week 2, but my body isn't adjusted. Yesterday was Sunday, and I did nothing but sleep on and off all day. Self-care. That's what we're going to call it, self-care. And now it's like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm up, and I'll be getting ready in a few minutes to take all my behind back to work. Oh my gosh, and I hear Mondays are terrible on days, but we're gonna do it. Yeah. So when Isabel got back, I really, really tried to get all of everybody together. I wanted to welcome Isabel back, and Yeti had a trip to take out of town, so I wanted him to send Yeti away. And I don't think anyone has heard of the young man Casa, but his birthday was in August, and I wanted to wish him a happy belated birthday. So, hey Casa, happy belated birthday. But the day I chose is the day that it flooded here in Houston. I mean, not a little bit of water, a lot of water. I'll have to post a photo. Yeti was like, well, why don't you just take a look around and see what you can see? Now, Cuzza had already called me and said, hey, Val, are y'all still going? I was like, yeah, because I didn't realize that it was flooding. And he's like, are you still going? And I'm like, yeah, we're still going. We're going to make it out there. And he's like, well, let me be honest with you. I don't feel safe, you know, driving these roads in this weather. And I was like, okay, yeah, I understand. That's cool. And then Yeti's like, are you sure? Are you sure you can't make it? I mean, you know, you have a big truck. Okay, it's a Toyota Highlander, but, you know, whatever. It is off the ground, though. And I live less than 10 miles from Intercontinental Airport. Okay, so I decided, yeah, okay, let's do it. I mean, what do we got to lose? That was stupid. At some point in time, I opened the car door just to get a gauge on, I'm in the car, I've left the house to gauge how high the water is, and then I can't close my car door because the water won't let me. And every time I try and close it, I just get water in the car. I have water in my car. It has that lovely musty stinky smell. I'm off Wednesday. I've got to go get my car looked at. It's bad. It's really bad. And yeah, I was with Yeti on the phone the whole time, and at one point in time I really thought we're gonna die. We're all gonna die. Not Yeti, because he's on the other end. He can just report that there's dead people in the car. But yeah, we made it home. We're fine. But I can see how that happens, because what happens is you don't realize how high the water is. By the time you realize how high the water is, there's nowhere to find higher ground. Everybody's looking for higher ground. And not only do you not realize the rain is steadily coming down. So I think the death toll is up to 5. And it was Imelda was the name of the tropical depression. Yeah. So that was a really scary day. And then I was supposed to work Friday, but so my actual neighborhood was safe. There wasn't any flooding in my neighborhood, but the roads right outside my neighborhood to get to the major freeway to be able to go anywhere looked like a lake. So Friday I wasn't able to leave my house until late afternoon, so I didn't work on Friday. Yeah, that is how this has been. The other thing is, you know, those of you who have been with me for a while, God, my nose itches, know that in April I went through a breakup, and it was hard. You know, when you're with someone, we were together for like 4 years, and when you're with someone for a long time, you make compromises along the way because you're doing things to ensure that the relationship lasts. So along the way, while I'm making compromises, and it wasn't one-sided, he made compromises as well. You do that again for the good of the relationship. Well, now the relationship is over. It's been over since April, and it's so different. I am still finding myself, still recovering from it, still learning what I like or don't like, because there's things that I gave up, and well, I can have them back now, you know. I'm single. So it's just strange. It's just strange because there's things I didn't do for years, and now I'm like, oh, but I can, and it's doesn't affect anyone. I mean, it's not that they weren't bad things, but just lived a different lifestyle when I was with him. So it's just wow. It's just interesting. Things that you take for granted, and it's hard to put into words, but yes, that. Anyway, I'm rediscovering the things that I enjoy, and it's nice, but sometimes it's scary because you remember liking it, but you don't know if you still like it, but you want to go ahead and try it again. But yeah, it's just little. It's not even big things. It's little things, but it's just who you were before, and then do you want to be who you were before? There's so many. I have more questions than answers in that regard. Um, let's talk about uteruses. I hate mine. I want a hysterectomy. They post a surgery schedule, and I normally read the surgery schedule and see who I can, masquerade as that day to have a total hysterectomy. They post the schedule and it's like, blah, blah, blah is getting a total hysterectomy today. And I'm telling my coworkers, hey, I'm going to put on a gown, start my IV. I'm going to be blah, blah, blah today. I'm getting this thing taken out. And they're just like, you've lost your mind. And I'm like, yeah, hey, thanks for noticing, but I really want to lose a uterus. I don't know if anybody else has the issues that I have with mine, but it's bad. It's a bad, terrible uterus. And I was hanging out with Yeti, and just had one of these attacks where, the pain is so bad and I'm so miserable. And I just want to curl up in a ball and die because I don't know how this affects other people. But it is so intense, and it makes me, the hormonal shift makes me completely crazy. Things that don't normally bother me just aggravate the crap out of me, like people breathing. It's terrible. And I felt so bad for him. He's only 30 and he hasn't been married, and I don't think he knows a lot about uteruses. At one point in time, he says, do your daughters understand this better than I do? And I'm like, yeah, they have uteruses. I mean, he tries, and A for effort, because I was so not okay. And normally, when I'm not okay, it normally happens at home. I'm not out and about. I've been very fortunate in that regard. But it was so bad because I was hanging out with him, and then I couldn't do anything, and we were supposed to do things, but there's no way. There was no way. I couldn't do crap, And and it comes with the ugly crying and the snot running down your face, and you feel like complete crap, and emotionally, physically, mentally, I mean, any kind of way you can feel bad, you feel it, and you feel terrible. And at one point in time, he's like, I'm going to hug you, and just makes me cry more because I'm just like, no, I'm yucky. Yeah. I'm sure that has probably scarred that poor man for life. But he tried so hard to comfort me, and it's really, really appreciated because I'm normally the caregiver, so I never get taken care of. And he did his absolute best to take care of me. So thank you, Yeti. Thank you again, because I needed to be taken care of for a few hours. And this is probably the longest hours of your life, but thank you. there's so much going on. This Saturday in the Woodlands, Texas, there's going to be dragon boat races. I've never done that, but we've got a team for work, and I get to be part of it. And it just starts at 7:15 on Saturday, but I can't wait. So that's going to be fun. And we are gearing up for our Heart Walk. That is the actual Heart Walk is actually in November, but we've already started raising money for our Heart Walk, and we have already raised our unit goal. So I'm excited to be part of that as well. Let's see. These 2 weeks have been crazy, but in less than 2 weeks, the Texas Renaissance Festival begins. I can't wait. I live for that. It's just the best. I've got friends that are going the first weekend in November. We plan on going out there and camping, and I can't wait. And I was talking to Yeti. Yeti hasn't been, so I'm excited. I'm hoping that he gets to join me on one of these excursions to the Renaissance Festival that involves camping. And he's like, Paul needs a costume. Paul is his Yorkie, just in case you didn't know. And I was like, yeah. And so we plan on making Paul into a jester. So excited about that. So there are good things, uterus hasn't ruined everything. And I had not been fabric shopping this entire year. How crazy is that? Because in January, I went to Tennessee, then I got back in April, and it was so hot. I really do enjoy quilting, but I don't like to do quilting when it's hot outside. So now that the weather is starting to get cooler, I'm really excited about it. And I found the cutest flannel dog prints, and they were on sale, and I bought a zillion of them. And I'm going to make Paul his own little quilt. I don't know when it's going to be finished because I haven't started, but I bought the fabric for it. And yeah, there's so many good things. I still have to get the tattoo on the back of my leg finished. Yeah. And I wanted to touch on the and maybe not, but so when you meet someone, it's always nice if there is good energy, I guess is the words that I want to use to describe it. It's always good, even if you don't have anything in common, if there's good energy, you can have good conversations and really enjoy each other's company. But if there's chemistry, dear Jesus, yeah, you can have more than just conversations. Let's just put it that way. But you're not going to have good energy with everybody, and you're definitely going to have the possibility of chemistry is even less. So anyway, yeah, there's a gentleman and some chemistry, and yes, life is good. I'll just leave it like that. But it was unexpected, I guess. You just never know where you will find or how you will meet, or there's so many things to take into consideration. Oh, Annette, happy belated birthday. I really did film a video. I still haven't edited it because I got the video and then it flooded and my electricity was out, and yesterday was Sunday and I did nothing. And yes, so I do have a birthday video that was made before your birthday, but yeah. But Annette, again, happy belated birthday. I hope you had a good one. And if you're new here, welcome. And to all of my favorites that have returned on purpose, you know who you are. So, what's been going on in your life? Have you experienced any flooding lately, or found chemistry with someone, or totally switched from days to nights or nights to days, or having issues with your uterus, or looking forward to the holidays or festivities? Leave it down in the comments. Tell me, let me know how your life is going, because I'm interested. You know, I love reading the comments. I love the engagement with each and every one of you. And I hope to see you all again soon.